Voice4Change England, supported by the Greater London Authority, is delivering an impartial public awareness campaign about the changes to the way we vote brought in by the Elections Act 2022 via a political literacy workshop about the accepted forms of voter ID, how to register to vote, and how to apply for a free voter authority certificate. What is political literacy and why is it important? Political literacy is about giving the public a balanced understanding of what the main political disputes or issues are about and how the results of various political processes might impact upon their lives. Political literacy contributes to a politically engaged society and helps you to exercise your democratic right and allows you to make informed decisions about who you're voting for and reduces bias and mistrust. Political literacy is crucial for every citizen because politics affects everybody. It is not concerned about any political party, policy, or politician. Why should you vote? Voting is important because you can decide who makes a decision on the issues that you care about. By voting, you can support a candidate who will represent your views. Voting allows you to have your voice heard on the issues that matter to you, your family, and your community. Voting is important even if you don't think your candidate will win. Supporting a candidate who might not necessarily win has a number of implications. Most importantly, you will show the winning candidate what issues they should be focusing on if they want to win your vote next time around. What are the benefits of registering to vote? Benefits of registering to vote. You could pass credit checks more easily and improve your credit score. This is because lenders often use the electoral register to check your identity. You're eligible to be called up for jury service. Jury members are drawn randomly from the electoral register. You are a key part in decision making by electing local and national representatives. How can you register to vote? You can register to vote in London at www.gov.uk/register to vote. You must be aged 16 or over. You must also be one of the following: a British citizen, an Irish or EU citizen, a Commonwealth citizen who has permission to enter or stay in the UK, or who does not need permission. By registering to vote, you can get on the electoral register and vote in local or national elections, have a voice and a vote in decisions impacting you and your community. Remember that if you move address, change your name or nationality, you will have to re-register. If you haven't got a fixed address, you can still register. Register to vote if you haven't got a fixed address or permanent address at www.gov.uk/government/publications/register to vote if you haven't got a fixed or permanent address. No fixed address. You can still register to vote even if you do not have a fixed address. This could be because you are homeless or without fixed address, a patient in the mental health institution, in custody, or not yet convicted of an offence. To register to vote, you will need to provide an address where you would be living if not for the situation or your previous address. If you're homeless, provide an address where you spend a substantial part of your time, for example, shelter, church, hostel. How to vote? There are 3 ways you can vote: by postal vote, by proxy, and in person at the polling station. In person, you will be sent a poll card to your address. The poll card will tell you where your local polling station is and the date and time you can vote. By post, if an election is coming up and you won't be able to vote in person at the polling station on election day, for example, because you're on holiday abroad, you can apply for a postal vote at www.gov.uk/how-to-vote/ postal voting. The deadline to apply for a postal vote is around 2 weeks before the election day. By proxy, if you cannot vote in person, for example, for health reasons, you can nominate someone to vote on your behalf. To apply for a proxy vote, go to www.gov.uk/apply proxy vote. What are the accepted forms of voter ID? What are the accepted forms of voter ID? You will need to show one form of photo ID, and it needs to be the original version and not a photocopy. You can still use your photo ID if it's out of date, as long as it looks like you. The name on your photo ID should be the same name you used to register to vote. What is a Free Voter Authority Certificate? Free Voter Authority Certificate. If someone does not have or cannot afford one of the accepted forms of voter ID, they will need to apply for a Free Voter Authority Certificate online at this address. The free certificate will then be issued by Borough Council's Electoral Services. You only need to apply for a Free Voter Authority Certificate if you do not have an accepted forms of photo ID, you no longer look like the photo on your ID, the name on your photo ID is different to your name on the electoral register. No photo ID? No problem. You can apply for a Free Voter Authority Certificate. Grab your national insurance number, find a recent digital photo of yourself or take a new one. Submit your application online at this address. When applying for a Free Voter Authority Certificate, you'll need to provide your name, date of birth, address, national insurance number, a recent photo. The deadline to apply for a Voter Authority Certificate for a particular election is 5 p.m. 6 working days before polling day. However, it is best to apply as soon as possible to be prepared. You can also apply by completing a paper application form and sending this to your local council's electoral services. You can request the instructions in large print, braille, or easy read. You can find their contact details by inputting your postcode at this electoral registration link. You may also be able to apply in person at your local council office. For further information, go to GLA Democracy Hub, Info and Resources at this link.
I am appealing for young individuals to register to vote. Your vote, your voice.
Your vote, your voice.
Your vote, your voice.
Your vote, your voice. Make it count.